Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah wa nastaghfiruhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alayhi wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlilhu fala hadiya lahu. Wa nashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu. Wa nashhadu anna sayyidina wa nabiyyana wa maulana Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu. Amma ba'd. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الذين إذا أصابتهم مصيبة قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون أولئك عليهم صلوات من ربهم ورحمة وأولئك هم المهتدون وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم الصبر عند الصدمة الأولى أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. Hazrat Salama radiallahu anha, she was a very great sahabiya in the time of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And she was married to Abu Salama radiallahu anhu. The relationship between Salama radiallahu anha and Abu Salama radiallahu anhu was such a relationship that there was immense love amongst them. They were known as the lovebirds amongst the Sahaba. And after some time, Hazrat Salama radiallahu anha had lost her beloved husband, Abu Salama radiallahu anhu. They also had a child, and you can imagine in that situation how distraught a person must be after losing somebody whom they loved immensely. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam heard about the condition of Salama radiallahu anha, and he told her to read a certain dua. The dua is Allahumma ajurni fi musibati, or another riwayah is Allahumma ajurni fi musibati hadihi wa akhlif li khayran minha. Allahumma ajurni fi musibati hadihi, O Allah, give me reward in this difficulty. Wa akhlif li khayran minha, and give me better in return for what I have lost. Salama radiallahu anha, because of the immense love that she had for her beloved husband, Abu Salama radiallahu anhu, she was wondering, and you know how it is, sometimes we talk to each other, talk to ourselves, that who can replace Abu Salama radiallahu anhu? He was such a kind husband, he was such a perfect husband, and she used to remember all his good qualities. As a result of this, she was despondent that nobody can replace him. Nobody can replace him. Then after some time, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself proposed to Salama radiallahu anha. And when she received this proposal, she was shocked that I was under the assumption that nobody can replace my husband who was so kind and affectionate. But who can be better than Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Subhanallah. Nobody can be better than Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And as a result of this proposal, Salama radiallahu anha wholeheartedly accepted the proposal of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and she went into wedlock with Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So in life, we suffer difficulties. We suffer difficulties. And difficulties can come in any sort of form, in many different forms. Through the loss of life, through the loss of limbs, through the loss of wealth, many different forms. But when we study the Quran, we learn that there is a solution for every problem in our lives. And like I always say, that when things are good, things are good. That is also a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When things are going well, Allah ta'ala wants to see how well we use the blessings that He has given us. Whether it's wealth, whether it's children, whether it's wife, husband, whatever blessings Allah has given us, they are also a test for us. But I always say, and like I was saying to my students just yesterday also, I said the biggest test is that Allah wants to see how we behave in a difficult situation, in the time of musibah, in the time of calamity. In the time of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, once Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam was passing the graveyard with some of his beloved companions, Ridwanullah alayhim ajma'in, and they saw a woman wailing and crying at the grave. Obviously, she's lost someone beloved. So Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam just made ishara to her to sabr. And she got up from her place and she spoke to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam very rudely. That, what do you know what I'm going through? I am the one that has suffered the loss, not you. Only I know what I'm going through. So some of the Sahaba were about to approach her to tell her that who she's speaking to. But Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam stopped them. After a little while, then the Sahaba later on approached the old lady or the woman and told her that this was Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, you were speaking with the Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. She didn't realize, obviously, she didn't know, and she felt bad about the way she spoke to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. She approached Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam with an apology. I'm sorry that I spoke to you in this way. So Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, As-sabru in the sadratil ula. Sabr, patience, is practiced at the first instance. That's the real sabr. And what does Allah Ta'ala teaches in the Quran? الَّذِينَ إِذَا أَصَابَتْهُمْ مُصِيبَةٌ, that those people upon whom some calamity comes, قَالُوا إِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ, they say, إِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ, to Allah we belong and to Him is our return. This phrase, إِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ, often many people believe that it should only be said when a death occurs. Somebody's death occurs and we say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. This is the common perception in the minds of the people. But these words, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, can be used at hearing or suffering any sort of calamity. Because anything that we lose was a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One Sahabi radiallahu anhu, I can't remember his name now. It's completely gone out of my head. If I remember, I will mention it, inshallah. He had lost one limb. He had lost one limb. And shortly before or after losing this limb, or the other way around, he had four sons, he had lost one son also. So he had four sons, he had lost one son, three left, and shortly after that he had lost one of his limbs, or the other way around. He had lost one limb, and then shortly after he had lost one son. And instead of complaining to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he said, Ya Allah, you gave me four healthy limbs, two arms and two legs. From these four, you took one away. I make shukr to you. I thank you that I still have three limbs. And oh Allah, you gave me four healthy sons. You took away one. I thank you that I still have three sons. Not a word of complaint from his mouth, but rather shukr to Allah for what he's got still left over. Because everything that we have is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is why we say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. To Allah we belong, and to Him is our return. Our limbs are also the aman of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If Allah wants to, He can keep them healthy. If Allah wants to, na'uzu billah, He can take it away. Our families, our children, husband and wife are also blessings from Allah. They are gifted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So something that is gifted or given, or something that is borrowed on a temporary basis, the giver can take it away anytime he wants to. Wealth is a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is a blessing of Allah, but it is given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And now it is up to Allah to whether continue giving it or whether we also take it away. But in every situation, my friends, in every situation, we learn that we should practice sabr and patience. Sabr, there are three types of sabr. Sabr al-ta'a, sabr al-ma'siyah, and sabr al-musibah. Sabr al-ta'a means that to do sabr over good actions that we need to do. For example, having to come to the masjid early in the morning for Fajr Salah. This is difficult, but a person practices patience upon himself and makes an effort to come to the masjid. This is what we call sabr al-ta'a. In the time of Ramadan, it's time to give zakat. It's hard to let go of your money. But the person practices patience, gives it for the sake of Allah. That is sabr al-ta'a. And sabr al-ma'siyah. Sabr over committing a sin, where a person has the opportunity to commit a sin, but he holds himself back and practices patience. That no, I cannot do this because my Allah will be displeased with me. This is what we call sabr al-ma'siyah. And the third one is sabr al-musibah. Sabr over a calamity, a difficulty. So any type of calamity, any type of difficulty that befalls upon us, we should practice patience, my friends. Sabr. Sabr. So this Sahaba, instead of complaining to Allah, he made shukr to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That whatever I have got left over, it is thanks to you. Thanks to you. Not a word of complaint. This is why Allah Ta'ala says in the Quran, Alladina idha asabatum musiba, that those people upon whom some calamity comes, qalu inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. They say to Allah we belong and to Him is our return. This was from Allah, Allah has taken it away. And it is amana that was given to me, Allah has taken it away. Ulaik alayhim salawatum min rabbihim rahmah. And these people that practice patience, Ulaik alayhim salawatum min rabbihim, upon them is the blessing and the rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Khas blessing and khas rahmah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for practicing patience in a difficulty. وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُهْتَدُونَ. And these are the ones that are guided. These are the ones that are guided. Our ulama explain that when a calamity befalls upon a person, then we should ask ourselves, or rather ponder over our reaction at that time. And the ulama explain that there are three categories of people at the time of a musibah, at the time of difficulty. The top category being that person upon whom difficulty comes, but that person is completely sinless. Despite him being sinless or her being sinless, Allah Ta'ala still puts a difficulty on that person. Why? Because Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala loves that person so much, Allah Ta'ala is raising that person's rank. In the hadith it is mentioned that some people, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala gives them difficulty after difficulty. Not because He doesn't love them, not because He wants to punish them, but Allah Ta'ala wants to raise their rank because Allah Ta'ala loves their reaction so much that in any situation this person will practice sabr. And as a result of this, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is raising their ranks in the akhirah. The second category is that person whom is sinful. And as a result of these sins, Allah Ta'ala puts some difficulty upon that person in order to cleanse that person from sins in this world, so He doesn't have to punish him in the akhirah. So even that is a blessing from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, because we would not be able to hack the difficulties of the akhirah. And the third person, the most unfortunate person, my friends, is that person who complains. That person who complains over difficulties and calamities. Every little difficulty that comes. Why me? Why not so and so? I read my salah every day, still I am having these difficulties. I do this, still I am having these difficulties. Complaining all the while. Complacent. Never grateful to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, but complacent. For this person should worry a lot. Why? Because for this person, Allah Ta'ala is punishing this person. On the outset, it might seem, and there are different categories of people. On the outset, it might seem that the person is very, mashallah, pious, but behind closed doors, he is doing things to displease Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. He still harbors enmity and hatred against others. Does not fulfill the ties of relationship. It could be anything, my friends, which Allah Ta'ala is displeased about, hence the reason why he is going through this difficulty. So, my friends, whenever some sort of calamity comes upon us, number one, the highest rank is we should make shukr that, Ya Allah, it could have been worse than what it is at the moment. It could have been worse than what it is. I thank you that it is not the worse than what it is. Or if you have lost somebody, just today we've lost a very great tycoon, a great alim from South Africa. Moulana Nizam-ud-Deen, a very great alim. I never met him. I was speaking to some of my sathis about him today. And he was the tycoon of South Africa, one of the greatest ulama. Such a great person. What I read about him. It is very unfortunate that we don't value ulama nowadays, my friends. We don't value ulama nowadays. One of the signs of Qiyamah is that Allah Ta'ala will take away the ulama. Allah Ta'ala will take away ilm, will take away great ulama. And in this COVID, we have lost hundreds and hundreds of ulama. May Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala grant us sabr in this difficult situation. Great people going, my friends, great people. Do qadr of the ulama. Learn from them, be with them, take advice from them. Such a great alim. May Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala fill his grave with nur. May Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala give him a high status and a high rank in the akhirah. And I understand also that from amongst his family, through this COVID, many of his relatives and close ones have passed away. Many of them. May Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala grant the family Sahur Jameel also, inshallah. So, brothers, we mustn't be complacent. It is all part of our test in life. It is all part of, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala testing us in every situation. So whenever some difficulty comes up, then we should turn to Allah and thank Allah that it's not worse than what it could have been. And if we can't do that, at least be patient. At least be patient and not to be complacent. Not to be complacent. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you an awal tawfiq to act upon what has been said. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Hazrat Thanwir Hamdulillah said, just finally before I finish, but don't make dua for sabr. Huh? Don't make dua that, Ya Allah, give me sabr. Like we make dua for so many other things. Ya Allah, give me sabr. Because by asking Allah for sabr is like asking for a difficulty. Huh? So sabr is practiced when some difficulty comes upon us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala safeguard us from all difficulties and keep us with hifaza and aman. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala remove this pandemic completely from the face of this earth and protect everybody. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wa salamun ala al-mursaleen. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول حي على أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
الحمد لله نستعين ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور انفسنا ومن سيئات اعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد ان لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد ان سيدنا ونبينا مولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله اما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا ادخلوا في السلم كافة ولا تتبعوا خطوات الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين. أرسل بشيرا ونذيرا بين يدي الساعة ما يؤتي الله ورسوله فقد رشد ومن يعص فإنه قد غوى وإنه لا يضر إلا نفسه إن خير الحديث ولا يضر الله شيئا إن خير الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وإن خير الأمور خواتمها وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل بدعة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قال الله تعالى في كتاب المجيد يا أيها الذين آمنوا ادخلوا في السلم كافة ولا تتبعوا خطوات الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين واستغفروا الله ولكم ولسائر المسلمين واستغفروا إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الأمين أما بعد فيا معشر المسلمين أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قال الله تعالى في كتابه الكريم يا إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد بعدد من صلى وصام اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد بعدد من قعد وقام اللهم صل على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى سائر الصحابة والتابعين وعلى عبادة الصالحين اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين اللهم انصر من نصر دين محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم اللهم واجعلنا منهم واخذل من خذل دين محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم ولا تجعلنا منهم اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه اللهم ثبتنا على الإسلام اللهم نور قلوبنا بنور الإيمان اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء والأموات برحمتك يا رب العالمين. عباد الله رحمكم الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون اذكروا الله يذكركم وادعوه يستجب لكم ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون. Please straighten your robes. In order to keep the stuff straight, please make sure your heels are on strip. So,
Well, it's facing the front and forward, please. It's facing the front over there. Two brothers can go right in the front there, next to the desk. Right in the front. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة وقامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين والتين والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون فما يكذبك بعد بالدين أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر